Now we come to the main teaching. You know, I've said this always, the essence of the teaching of Buddha. I remember my master in Eugene Canada, a great master. He often used to say, the entire teaching of Buddha is summed up in the one statement by Buddha, which says, Rang is Semna Yongsundu. Rang means oneself. That's Tibetan, by the way. Okay? Rang means oneself. Sem means mind or heart. Yongs means thoroughly. Ndu is to tame or conquer, to subjugate. Because there are many basic aspects of it that need subjugating, conquering, and more friendly term will be transform. That's what Dalai Lama often says, especially recently he's been saying. What is Buddhism? Simply, Buddhism is about transforming the mind. In fact, the appeal or the contribution of Buddhism, I'm not teaching Buddhist religion. There's Buddhism is a Buddhist religion, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist science, and Buddhist ethics and Buddhist way of life. In many ways, to put it simply, what Buddhism is a science of mind, got it? And way of life. I remember when going with Sogyal Rinpoche in America in 1976, early days, met many like, great people like Ram Dass, Allen Ginsberg, and John Jono, all these very famous poets. And many of them were saying, that we have no history of Buddhism. It's something new. But what's amazing is when we met the teachings, when you heard the teachings, something drew to them. When you met the teachings, heard the teaching, it really spoke to them. Because there was awakening in America, in the world. With the hippie movement, psychedelic, there was awakening. People were rebelling from the way of the establishment. And so in that way, there was in that awakening, what Buddhism taught was really answer that people were seeking from the depth of heart. It resonated with deeply. So very much they took to that anyway. So in some ways, Buddhism speaks to the heart of one's spiritual quest. I'm not teaching religion. Therefore, don't be scared. I'm not teaching Buddhist dogma. I'm teaching Buddhist science, science of mind. Actually, what was happening when the West was developing material technology, the best Tibetan minds in the laboratory of the Himalayas was researching in the science of mind, which are as precise as the science. The incredible rich Tibet in Zambia, the population is quite small, but the mind that it produced in terms of literature, it's just mind-blowing. Incredible some of the works of these great masters. They were not just the spiritual teachers or, but their work, their art, incredible, amazing. That's why Tibet represents a very, very precious culture, which world very much needs. Anyway, they're developing the science of mind. So they were particularly now in this modern time, when we develop kind of material progress, but yet we are not happy. We're always searching. Our biggest suffering is mental suffering. And in this respect, that the uniqueness of the Buddhism in general and particularly Tibetan Buddhism is incredible understanding of the mind and its true nature. So that's why, beginning with, as Buddha said, the essence of Buddha teaching is is to tame, to transform, to conquer this mind of ours. So therefore, the main thing is to transform this mind. Because the mind is the root of everything. In Tibetan it's called Kunji Japo. Mind is the universal ordering principle. Is the creative happiness, creative suffering. Creative what we call nirvana. Creative what we call samsara is the mind. When you say mind, Tibetan masters always teach the heart. Mind and heart are the same. There's a brain, but the mind and heart are the same. Clear? Mind is the universal ordering principle. Most important is mind. We've got body, we've got speech, we've got mind. Of these three things, which is most important? The mind or the heart? In fact, body and speech are merely subservient to the mind. Mind is the boss. Mind is the universe. Is a creative happiness and creative suffering.